3, 4 crazy ass kids come on, knock up on your
door.
door.
So
Let them in. Let them in.
Hi.
Hi. Singing Amazing Grace.
Oh, I thought,
The bell.
I thought you said let's say grace.
I said I'm singing Amazing
Oh.
Grace, but that made me smile. So thanks.
How has your day been?
So good.
What'd you do today?
Today we got up really early, went to my son's baseball game, and you know what's so fun is I don't have to call it t-ball anymore. Like we just went to his baseball game. Yeah. And like he's getting big. Oh.
I know, you posted all the memories about him.
I know. I'm so glad that I'm keeping track of like his yearly progress because I think it'll be so fun to play at like senior night when he's in high school, or
At
if
his
he
wedding.
ever goes off to college and plays baseball. Like he'll have all these
From the
memories.
start.
Yeah. So
cute.
I'm very diligent about it. And then I went with my sister to Target to try to find an Easter outfit for tomorrow. I had success. She didn't.
Great success.
Yes.
Ours was pretty good. Last night we went to the fire station to fill eggs with candies. 3,000 eggs.
That's so nice of you guys.
I didn't volunteer as tribute. Ryan's like, we're going. I'm like, ugh. What made me more upset is he's like, if I have to go on a call out, like I gotta go. I'm like, you are not leaving me at this brand new job with all these women who were not talking to me, by the way.
Oh, awkward.
Nobody was like, hi, what's your name? I literally just like came in there and like sat down.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody's talking. And it was just weird and awkward, but
I hate awkward situations like that.
yeah, when Ryan was like, if I have to leave, I'm like, you are not leaving.
You're not leaving.
I was like, imagine me inviting you to my job, being like, hey, I volunteered you for this, and then I leave.
Yeah, I would be like, okay, so I'm bouncing.
I'm gonna
out.
go.
Out. O-U-T. Out.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Christos voskres is how we would say it. I mean, you guys say he is risen. So
I love that.
that's tomorrow. We need to do our intro. We do this every time.
I know.
Hi guys, welcome to our 7th episode. I'm MariaAnna.
I'm Elizabeth.
And this is Sunset Talks. What else has been happening? Do you have any pod notes like I've been asking you to take of your daily life?
I mean, I've been through kind of a lot the last month.
Yeah, you've been so busy.
When we like last left off, my close family member was in the hospital with liver failure. And she declined very quickly, and I took literally the next flight out. And the next morning she was on hospice, and then the next day after that she was gone. That was a really big blow. And then on top of that, I'm also a maid of honor in my best friend's wedding right now. And so just being on top of all those details and going to her batch trip and then her bridal shower, just been like really, really busy season. And
how many
also,
flights have you taken this last month?
Oh my gosh.
3?
Like there and
2?
back, you would 4. So it's been a lot. And I typically don't travel, but I've traveled so much in the last year, like from last April to April. It's been so many flights I've taken.
I love flying.
I'm actually a travel girl now.
Travel influencer.
Yeah, literally. I've learned to just take a carry-on everywhere I go. But anyway, yeah, it's just been a really busy season. Also a season filled with grief. It's like the weirdest thing to balance is like living your life while also feeling so like dead inside sometimes, you know? So
yeah, and it's like, how am I even, like, you almost feel guilty like laughing.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, or smiling or having a good day. You're like, how dare you have a good day when like your best friend just died or your mom just died, you know?
Yeah, totally. Especially because like someone who's like older in your life, your grandparent or something, like you still are so sad because you're like attached and you love them, but they've like lived such a full life, you know? This family member I lost who I was very, very close to is literally my age. Like she's so young. So it was just really sudden, and like you really do have like that survivor's guilt, like wow, she's not here anymore and I'm just like supposed to go on living. Like it's really crazy. So that's been my life.
That happened.
Thank you. How has your life been since we left off?
I think it's pretty solid. I just have like attachment issues to you, so I'm like,
I love that.
Do you still love me?
Me? Like I love that for me.
I don't love it for me. I'm like, I'm not insecure. You're fine. But also, I feel bad if we like don't record, and then I haven't put out anything in like a month, so I'm just like, I can't do this early, and I tried to record by myself, and it's like, wait, this sucks because I'm not laughing.
I know, and that's so valid.
What am I supposed to do? Read a story and be like, what do you guys think?
What do you guys
fucking
think?
lame.
Let me know.
Yeah, awesome. This sounds good. This sounds correct. But yeah, no, I think it's been pretty good. I have some notes from like, you know, just random things that happened to me, and I'm like, I need to tell it on the pod.
Yeah, I want to hear it all.
I had a sleepover at my house. I had a kiddo sleepover not for Nolan's birthday. This was just a while ago. I don't know if I told you, but you know, it was his mom will drop him off. Or no, I went to go pick him up. So I was like, okay, you pick him up tomorrow. It's fair that way, I feel like. And then this kid brings his phone over to my house. Mind you, he's the same age as Nolan.
A phone? Wow.
A full phone. 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
And he's on his phone the whole time. I'm bored. Where's your charger? I'm bored. I'm like, oh. I was like, we don't do that here.
We don't do that
But I'm not going to be like, give me your phone, you know?
Right.
So I just let his phone die. He goes and finds a charger in my house.
Oh, you're lying.
No.
He went and found it?
He went and found a charger. He's like, yeah, I just found one. I'm like, what?
That kind of says what it needs to say.
And then Nolan was just like, dude, what? Like, let's go play. Let's go do this. We have soccer. Nolan. We have basketball. We have a huge backyard.
Toys.
And so I'm like on my phone on Instagram late at night. His mom's still out.
Oh my gosh.
2 a.m. And so I'm like, okay. The next morning, I told her at pickup, like, I have stuff to do tomorrow. He needs to be picked up by 10.
Yeah.
I have rabbit stuff to do. No text, no call, no nothing. 10:30.
Shut up. She left him there?
She left him there. So I had to pack my ass up with him, drive him all the way the hell back home. She's like, oh, I'm upstairs. She texts me. I'm like, I'm dropping him off, kicking him out the door and leaving. I'm sorry. What do you mean you're upstairs?
Yeah, what were you doing? You were just home and you didn't come get your kid after I told you I needed him picked up by a certain time.
So I was like, we're not doing that.
We're done with that. We're done with that family.
Yeah. I was like,
you can say hi at school. He's no longer coming over. That's just crazy. Like 7,
how do you do that?
8
I worry about Nolan the whole time he's gone. I'll even pick him up early. Like,
totally.
You know,
same.
I can't.
My kids don't even stay the night anywhere. You know this. Yeah. I can't even, and it's not, I mean, there are reasons to it, but more than anything, I really just have such bad anxiety about letting anyone else watch them, you know? So I can't imagine literally just being like,
they'll be fine.
Lady told me to pick my kid up before 10 and here I am. Oh, I'm home 10:30. Like,
oh, I should probably reply to her.
Like,
absolutely not. I brought Buck. I have a rabbit that lives at home, and I brought him to the park because I leash train him, and bringing my rabbit, like, ever since I was little and able to have pets, I will bring them everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, Adrian knows this. My dad knows this. I'd even bring I'd like lie to my parents and put my ferret in my backpack and be like, let's bring your pet to school day. They're like, yeah, that sounds right. And I'd just put my ferret in my backpack and just bring him to school. Or my guinea pig, I used to bring it to school. Like, I've always been bring my pets everywhere.
That's cute.
So I bring my rabbit to the park, and this little girl, dude, she's probably like fucking 2 years old. Oh my God, the Easter bunny. She's like obsessed, and Dad's like, that's not the Easter bunny. The Easter bunny's white. She's like, oh, okay. I'm like, you just crushed her little heart.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's so mean. Let her think what she wants.
I know, but it just like crushed me. I'm like, let your kid dream.
Have imagination.
She's 2 years old, for freaking sake.
Yeah, you are really sweet about that. I remember when Nolan told Elliot, like, monster trucks can't fly. And you're like, they can fly if they want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I have a who cares moment.
Yes.
So often. I'm like, who fucking cares? Just let them. If you guys hear background noise, it's because we're recording at a park. Because it's sunny in Oregon, so nice. And we don't waste days around here.
Yeah, it's so nice. I'm literally trying to be out all summer.
Yeah.
I've been out all day today.
I can't wait for my first burn.
That's also
burn
why,
it. Yes, burn.
That's also why I did my backyard up, because I want to spend as much time outside as I can, you know, and we didn't want to spend time there because it was not looking cute, you know, like who wants to sit by.
No, it looks so good. Did you guys go buy turf?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Thank
It
you. I had to
looks so
measure it
good.
out and everything. I surprised Phil. He had no idea.
Oh,
And
did he love it?
He loved it. He got home and he was like, "What? This looks so good."
It does. It looks really good. And you can still have room to like tan there if you want to.
Yes. There was so much sun on the actual grass lawn part, the turf, today. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect tanning spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it will be.
And it's fully
so good.
fenced.
Yeah.
Perfect
And like
privacy.
literally, yeah, no one can see either. Like, you would have to stand at a really specific angle to like kind of even be able to, but you really can't, you know?
Yeah, I love that. You did a really good job. I'm so
Thank
proud of you. Because I
you.
remember one summer you were like,
I
not
hate
going
outside.
out. And I was
I
like,
typically hate
Liz, let's
outside.
go. I got hammocks hanging at the park.
Yeah, I typically don't like the outdoors, but I don't know. The last like year, I'd say, I'm like so sick of like rainy, cold, being inside, not good weather. Like, I've caught myself so often lately just being like, I just want the sun and I want to be in the sun and I want to soak up the sun.
Do you think she's talking that loud on the phone just because we're recording? Like,
I feel like she's a whole fucking, yeah, literally, why are you right here? You, and I obviously see what we're doing.
Obviously. Fucking rude. Anyways, we're gonna continue. We went to the coast for our anniversary / Nolan's birthday. Since it's so close together, we just kind of smushed it together.
Fun.
Stayed at a really nice hotel, and then it was like 8 o'clock, and we're on our way home. The weather was beautiful for once, which you don't get those days at the coast. It's always windy,
always
like 90
cold.
miles. Yeah, and it was like 8 o'clock, and we're on our way home. We're like, let's just stop and get some Burger King. I'm a big BK girly, and Nolan was like, how about some Olive Garden or Red Robin? And I'm like, your taste is so funny.
That is awesome. What does he like from Olive Garden?
He just loves a salad.
Oh, really?
I remember he was like 3 years old and he was chomping on the salad, and the waitress was like, I've never seen a toddler just like ham away at a salad. He loves it. Salad's his favorite food group.
That is so fun.
Blue cheese, cranberries, walnuts.
Sounds like his mom.
Yup. I ate a lot of blue cheese when I was pregnant. That's how I know he's mine.
Yes.
I'll save the rest for like the next episode, but it's pretty funny. I do want to make a TikTok one of these days where you're recording me but still talking. I want to be like the main character, but girl who wears like the country stuff but isn't really country. Just shitting on myself, because even though I wear cowgirl boots every single day, it's not like I own a horse.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel that.
I'll volunteer and I'll help, I'll groom, I'll ride, but I don't own one. And God forbid, I know people look at me, especially when I wear my Aria jacket. Someone always asks, do you own horses? I'm like, shut up. Mind your fucking business. Oh, I did a passion project. It was of an old couple, and I wanted to kind of document their story for their kids / grandkids.
Oh, cute.
I like sat them down. I got to their house early. They're like, so like, what are we doing? We're so excited.
Aww.
Old Italian couple, so cute.
Ooh.
And I just kind of let them know. I was like, look, my mom died early. My grandma doesn't talk. I have no knowledge of my history. I have no knowledge of how anyone in my family met, you know. And like, I want to know those things to pass those on, to have those love stories that are actually ours, and not just ones that you read from someone else.
Yeah, for sure.
And she was so cute. I recorded them. We had about an hour-long recording, and I cut out a good amount of it. And then I put it all in the video, and it will be up on my Instagram if you guys want to check it out.
I love that.
Share it.
I would
love to get like hired for something like this.
Yeah.
Because then I did like a mini photo shoot of them after and with their family members, so it could be like a all-in-one package type of deal. But
so cute.
I think it's really important to video document these things, because you're gonna forget what they look like. I don't remember what, really my mom looks like, other than when she was like really young. Or like the wrinkles on their hands, or the way they talk, their like speech. So to have it be something you can watch on TV, I think is so important. Like, old Italian couple, they've only ever been with each other since they were, 17 years old. They were writing each other first for a whole year before they even met.
Wow.
And then when they met, he was like, it was love at first sight. 30 days, like full 30 days from the army that he had home. They spent every single day together, and then they got married.
I love that.
Everything like that. It was so sweet. And while my phone's recording them talking, I'm walking around with my camera recording little highlights, and then I like meshed it all together.
I
And
love
that looked really good.
that. That is so, I cannot wait to see that. And I love that you're
Thanks.
so thoughtful and think about those things because, especially facing loss recently, like I find myself looking for any video I can of her
Yeah,
voice
exactly.
and like just wanting to hear what she sounds like again, you know, and missing her laugh and like just little things, you know, and I would love, yeah, to have something like
Yeah,
that, you
and
know.
I think until people haven't had someone pass away close, they don't realize that they need these things.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
like, I don't want to charge people, but also it's all like a whole photo shoot after, and
Mhm.
you know, especially if the whole family's there, like multi-gen.
Yeah.
Let's just do it all, and it can all be done in like 2 hours.
Yes.
All of
Totally.
it.
I love it.
Sorry, I went on so many tangents there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I can't believe you and I are going to be in Vegas in less than 30
I
days.
know. I think we'll do some relationship advice ones first since we're in a relationship. Okay, this first one is from r/relationship advice, one of our favorite Reddit threads, of course. Title is I, 20 male, broke up with my 21 female girlfriend after she proposed to open up our relationship, and now everyone is telling me to get back with her. Okay, post goes, I need to explain our history because that may explain why everyone is telling me to get back with her. Our parents were college friends and so decided to move close to each other. So I have known her since we were kids, and we saw each other almost every day, even on the weekends outside of school days. Our parents have been playing matchmaker, I guess, but I asked her out when we were in high school, and I won't lie, I was very happy with her. We even took a gap year just to travel together.
Dang.
So sweet. So last year, I moved into my university campus because it's a 2 hour commute with the train from my house, and I don't want to be awake at 5 a.m. to get to my 8 a.m. class. She stayed with her parents since she went to college, which was 10-minute drive from our neighborhood. I, of course, did try to visit each weekend if I wasn't busy with studying. So 2 weeks ago, while I was visiting, she just seemed a little off. The same way she was when she wanted to give me a present or something. So after a while, she eventually just tells me what she was hiding, and she brings up having an open relationship. I personally never would be in one. For me, things like intimacy are supposed to be monogamous, and I'm kind of sitting there in shock because because girl,
Because, girl.
I honestly thought I was gonna marry her, and she's telling me she wants to sleep around. And at this point, like, I just asked her if she has anyone in mind. She's began, and she admits that there's a guy in mind. And this part is I would do differently, but I lose my temper, and while I don't scream, I do shout at her, and I basically called her an unfaithful alongside some other stuff, which wasn't okay, and I do admit that. At this point, she is crying, and I'm grabbing my jacket and leaving as she starts apologizing and like ugly crying, saying she should have never brought it up, and basically pleading for me not to leave angry with her and that we should at least talk it out. But I just leave. I went back to my campus, which wasn't ideal because my usual 2 hour ride is a 4 hour ride by nighttime unless trains are running. This guy needs a rewrite in English.
Literally help.
And by the next day, I'm guessing my mom had found out and she is calling me. And at this point, my anger is still at its peak. So I call my girlfriend some nasty words over the phone and call her an unfaithful. Why is he saying it like that? And my mom flips out on me, which in hindsight, I understand, like, I just hung up on her. Ever since, my mom calls me and messages me every day. Like, my breaking point came when my dad, of all people, called me and told me to at least hear her out and talk to my girlfriend. And he also mentioned she wasn't eating well and was skipping her classes. Not my problem.
I literally was thinking that. You took the words out of my brain.
I felt it.
Failed to see how that was my problem.
Yeah. It's like when you break up with a guy. I'm gonna kill myself.
Literally.
Okay.
Okay. Here's 10 ways you can do it.
I honestly think that guilt tripping bullshit her parents probably told my parents. I'm just so conflicted because my dad usually is the type to involve himself with these kinds of things, and he even called me. I'm wondering if I should actually listen to my dad and give a chance to explain herself, or is it just going to make things worse for me? How do I know if it's worth sitting down and talking it out if they want me to?
Shall I go first?
You shall. Please.
I think that, boy, you should run for the hills and not talk it out and not try to figure it out, because if she wanted an open relationship, obviously there was something missing to begin with. And I don't think that's just going to go away. I also don't believe in open relationships. So it doesn't sound like
Personal
they're
preference.
compatible.
Yeah.
People, it does not compute in my brain. Like, if you're with me, you're with me. You're not with anybody else, you know?
And like that's hard because they've grown up together this whole time. Like,
Yeah.
I understand why the parents are like, hey, just talk it out. Like, who knows?
Like, my brain instantly goes to, even if it's not about me, I make it about me. And my brain instantly goes to, why am I not good enough for you? Why is like what I have to offer not like, you want more? You want somebody else?
Go get it.
You want
Just
something different?
detach.
Like, break my freaking heart.
That's our conclusion. Do you think you should get back together with her or not?
I don't. I think they just have two different views. And if she brought it up once, I think it'll either always be something she thinks about or potentially cheats.
Yeah, because she already brought up a guy that she wants to fudge.
So she's thinking about that.
She's already
guy.
thinking about it. It's only inevitable that she's gonna cheat. Once it's seated, it's seated.
Seated, babe.
Okay, another r/relationship advice story. Title is I'm leaving my partner of almost 11 years. Female 27, male 27. So they've been together since they were 16.
Like 16, yeah.
Oh. I've made the decision to leave my partner of almost 11 years after a year of asking him to change his ways. He's a bartender, ... He stays out drinking late constantly. There's been many times he's left after I've fallen asleep to go out drinking with his friends. We work opposite schedules, so we would never do anything together since he works on the weekends. 90% of the time when he's drinking, he throws how much money he's spent on me in my face, which is extremely hurtful given how much I've done and still do for him. Intimacy has been a huge problem for us for a while, but it's hard to be physically intimate when you're not emotionally intimate, which when I read that, I was like, that's a good one.
It's true.
That's a quote.
Women need their emotional cups filled the way men need their physical cups filled.
He knows his job has put a strain on our relationship, yet he chooses to stay. He has had so many opportunities to find something else. I stuck by his side through so much, and now it's time for me to focus on myself, even though it's heartbreaking. Knowing how much time I've spent with someone who in the end does not care makes me sick. Our lease is up in a couple of months, and we've been sleeping separately and avoiding each other as much as possible. Has anyone been through this? I desperately need advice. I'm scared to start this new life. Be excited to start this new life. Like,
it's all you've known. It's all you've known.
She's still so young. 27.
Yeah.
We're still so young.
You have your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
And if it's been 11 years and it's still not aligning or changing, you're just wasting more time, more of your youth, you know?
Yeah.
Get out, be excited, and all the rest is gonna be okay.
Someone who's not a bartender.
Yeah, no.
I so many times have declined to work. Like, we have lots of bars where we live at, you know, and I'm like, it'd be, you know, a good job. I'd make good tips. I'm a socialite. Like, I love talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with remembering alcohol or advising it because I don't drink it. But like, Ryan's like, no, please. Like, one, you know, we'd be working opposite shifts, and two, I know myself, and I really shouldn't be in that environment. Like, I truly do, and I say that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's true. It's honest. Like, I can say it to his face. I'm like, I cannot be in that sort of environment. Like, I know myself.
I love that.
I can't. I'm well aware of how I'm a flirt without even trying to be a flirt, you know? It's literally just like me looking at someone and they're like, oh.
I feel you. At least you can be self-reflective, though, and not be like, oh my gosh, you're just trying to control me.
I'm so mature.
Tie me down and not let me flutter my little wings. Like, no, he has a point.
And I have a point.
I couldn't do it either.
Just break up.
Yeah.
It's not like you guys are married. Like, break up 11 years, yes, that's like a huge chunk of time, but like, imagine like he's still
11
like this
more years.
and you got married, you know, and then he's still like that or something. Like, that would fucking suck.
That is exactly what happened with my ex, my first high school sweetheart, because my husband is also my high school sweetheart. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but she was busy. But with my first relationship, like serious relationship in high school, we dated for like 3 years. And he would lie to me all the time about like smoking weed, and he just really didn't have any ambition, and he really wasn't going anywhere. Yada yada yada. We break up. Fast forward to now, and I have like a mutual kind of with him, and like just over the years she's like told me a few stories and
just some updates,
and it's
nothing harmful.
He's very much still that way, and I thank God every day that I chose to walk away from that relationship, even though it felt hard and it felt scary and it felt like, oh, but I really love this person, because my husband is just like the best person in the world, and he is not that way, you know? And so like it won't change for the most part. People can change, but
Yeah.
I feel like there's a bigger percentage that people don't. And
Yes.
so
men need to go to therapy.
yeah.
That's
And
the only way.
That guy was like messed up from his family, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever like healed that or fixed that, and it shows. So
Do you believe in closure?
I think it depends. It depends
Like
on the
relationship
situation.
or friendship closure. Like I know I need friendship closure.
It's very much like truly specific to the person for me. There's like some people that I've like cut off without hesitation and have never felt like anything about it. And then there's other people where like it ended, and I like to this day wish like there was that closure, you know? So it really just depends on the friendship.
That's true.
Or like
You're very
the relationship.
right.
Like certain, even if I like love people the same, sometimes some stuff just happens so much in a friendship that you're like, I don't even care. Like literally never talk to you again. Don't care. Don't think about you. Like if you cross my brain, it's for like a split second, and I'm like, still don't care. But
I'm a big like, but why?
Yeah, but why?
Yeah,
What was
what
the
do you
reason?
mean? What was the reason?
So I think it just depends on the person. Like not even relationship or friendship or like parentship or like a whole, you know, familial stuff. Like it really is like person by person for me.
Very good point. This next one is another relationship advice. Shocker.
Ooh.
This title goes, my partner, female 34, quiet to quit our relationship, and I, male 37, need closure. So he's older, only by a little bit. Okay, story goes, we have been together for approximately 4 years, engaged for the last year, bought a house, had big plans to ride off into the sunset together. It was the best 4 years of my life, absolutely crazy about each other. She didn't break up with me until I forced her to make a decision.
Ultimatums really never are good.
Because she was quiet quitting in the last few months. An example, being distant, cold, not engaging. She never had the gall to actually do it, so instead she just became a bad partner until I had to begin the discussion, and I'm absolutely devastated. I can see why she became unhappy. I became busy at work right after we bought the house. It's a fixer-upper. With my job and the house, I will definitely admit that I neglected the relationship, but never to the point that I was a bad partner. I don't think you can say that about yourself.
I know, because
someone else has to say
I need
that
her
about
experience.
You. Yeah. In my mind, it was just a tough time that we had to work through, and I was happy to do it with her. I took it all on. She claims that she stopped asking to do things together because I would always say no because I was too tired at the end of the day. Okay. She claims that our life goals don't align, but she never really communicated what hers were.
Well, you seemed a little too busy to care, so...
Yeah. There's still time before bed to chat, even for 5 minutes.
Mic drop. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm really not siding with you, sir.
Yeah, there's always time to talk. You're not too tired to just lay there and listen. Mine were to get married and get a house. Kids were always a question mark for both of us. She always said she wanted to travel, ... She went on 3 tropical vacations last year, multiple Europe countries in the year prior. I thought that box was checked for her. It's never checked.
It's never checked. It's never going to be checked. If you have the travel bug, you're going to travel your whole life.
Yeah. Last November, she went on a trip to French Polynesia and met up with me in the Caribbean for a friend's wedding. The people we meet on vacation.
I know.
We love that movie.
Love that movie.
Wait, is this about us? I'm just kidding.
Wait, is this play about us?
December was great with all the Christmas parties, but once that party subsided, I began to notice she was on the WhatsApp a lot. I didn't read this, by the way. I just read the first sentence, and I'm like, screenshot. I'm so excited. Turns out she's been talking with a guy she met in Polynesia 3 times or more a day. Ooh. Texts, calls, etc. We're separating, selling the house, etc. I've never been so heartbroken in my life. I worked so hard for our shared life, and she just wants to chase butterflies.
Okay.
So let her.
Invalidation.
What's it to ya?
Yeah. What's it to ya?
I need closure, though. Why couldn't she work it out before it got bad and the damage was done?
You literally just said that she wanted to talk to you about stuff and you were too tired. So
yeah, she sounds like she tried. I was on his side at first. Until I read it.
Until we read it. Maybe you should delete this.
Yeah, delete. Maybe I'm just ranting, but I like how... but I'd like to know anyone else's similar experience and input. Update. New information has been obtained proving that she did in fact cheat on me. No closure required. Onwards, I guess.
Why do you think you are deserving of her closure? Like,
it sounds like she tried to close it and you're like, keep the book open.
Yeah, it sounds like she very much expressed her feelings several times. You chose not to listen. You chose to be too tired. So just because she doesn't owe you that. She doesn't owe you another crying session of telling you like where we went wrong and blah blah blah.
It sounds like he really wants to settle down.
You probably heard it time and time again, and you still didn't fix it.
Yeah.
I always say, there's nothing that is a bigger pet peeve of mine than
a person talking.
Literally. There's nothing that's a bigger pet peeve of mine than when a guy literally sits there and is like, oh, she just divorced me out of nowhere. She just broke up with me out of nowhere. Why. No, relationships end by death of 1,000 paper cuts. That saying is literally,
you poet.
It's not mine saying, but like it is ingrained in me because guys always tend to think that relationships end due to one big boom. Cheating happened, abuse happened, a big loss happened, and we had a blowout. Like they think it's tied to one big event, whereas women, we are like, no, it was the 5 million times I tried to tell you, hey, I want to talk about this. Hey, can we spend time together? Hey, do you have time to do this with me? And you're like, no, or you don't show up. Yeah, you don't show up.
I work all day.
And it's like, by the end of it, I'm done. I've lost all care. I really don't care anymore. So it's not always just a big scandal that like causes your relationship to end. A lot of times it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Those little tiny things that she has asked you or repeated over and over and over again throughout the amount of years you were together. And she just got tired. I've been to that point, I've been to the point where like I reached the end of a relationship, same guy as I was talking about a few minutes ago. And like once literally it's like a switch. Once the switch happens where I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm done. There's really nothing you can do to get me back. And I wouldn't sit there for a split second and give you closure. I'm like, get out. Get out.
But what did I do?
Yeah, like,
everything.
Oh, I wonder because I told you for 3 years to stop doing it.
Stupid.
So, sorry, sir. I don't feel bad for you, and I don't think you deserve closure.
Yeah. Title is My Boyfriend, 28 male, thinks the reason why he can't finish is because I'm 20 female, too big from the inside.
What?
This dude don't know what the clit is. I'm just kidding. That's not the story. Okay, first it says English isn't my first language. This is a bit personal, but I'm very conservative, so I have no one to talk to about this. My boyfriend of 2 years has been great in bed during the early stages of the relationship, but now either he finishes too early or he doesn't finish at all. I assumed maybe he has some issues related to performance or something, but I don't know. Then I finally asked him, why do you leave mid-act? And he tells me he feels some kind of pain. I said, then don't walk away like that. I feel lonely. Just leave it and be with me. What do you mean you feel pain?
Yeah, what? I'm confused. Is this emotional or physical pain that we're talking about?
I don't know. The convo ended on that, but I asked him again today, and he told me that he didn't want to hurt my feelings, but that the reason why he didn't want to finish is that my birthing canal is too big, therefore he doesn't feel anything.
Okay.
He doesn't know anatomy.
Yeah, wait.
His dick's so big that it just...
just like the language barrier right now is like throwing me because my birthing canal? Like,
yeah,
babe, what?
She's 20. She hasn't even had a child.
Literally, yeah. Why are we referring to our vaginas as birthing canals?
Yeah,
can we not?
He's the same one that uses the word breeding instead of having sex. I feel so insecure now. Is it true that you grow too much that your significant other doesn't feel anything? I don't even know what to do about it. It's not something I can fix.
What does she mean grow? Like she's fat, or she's just tall, or she's just getting older?
I think he's saying that he's a hot dog in a hallway.
Oh.
But I think he just has a micro-peen, girl, and I'm just gonna...
Yeah, because
he must have a tiny pee-pee.
That makes no sense. Like, you should be able to feel something, and if you can't, you probably should get that checked out, sir.
Yeah, just divorce. Break up.
Yeah.
Also, he's 28 and she's 20.
Yeah, that's
I think, what if he's trying to make her feel insecure? That way she's like, wait, you know?
Ugh. I do not like this at all. Maybe he needs a pocket pussy.
First comment had me rolling on the floor. Go find the tiniest, most light flow tampon and stick it in. See how it doesn't fall out? see how you grip to it just fine? Yeah, your vagina is not the problem.
Your birthing canal is not the issue here.
And then someone says, sigh. Girl, just go.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just have a bunch of relationship advice on here.
I think they're interesting.
I know. Like, I want to know everyone's tea. I want to know the drama.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know where you're having problems because it makes me feel better about mine. Okay. Title is, I, 34 female, woke up to a message about my 35 male husband.
That's never good.
This sounds like a hey girl text.
Yeah, literally.
Have you ever had one?
No. And
Okay,
dude,
good.
I would actually die. I would pass away if that happened to me. Like, I would die right then and there. I saw a TikTok today that was like, hey girl, and the girl was like, keep him. And then the girl responded and she was like, wait, I was wondering if you could do my hair.
Oh.
Like, babe, if you're a hairstylist, why would you
Keep
automatically assume the hey girl is
it's like
that?
on her business account.
Literally, yeah, like what?
Oh my gosh.
But we're so traumatized as women about the hey girl.
Keep 'em. Take 'em.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Have you ever gotten one? Oh.
It was from a close friend of mine that I'm still close now, but it's when back when Ryan and I were rocky for like 3 years, and he would drink a lot excessively.
Drinking
before he became sober. This girl, who I love very much right now, texted me and was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like, Ryan was talking to me like this. And I was like, I knew he always liked you. Story goes, this morning I woke up and I was going through my messages on Messenger. Something inside me told me to look at the requests, and right there in the spam of my folder was a message from a year ago. A whole year ago.
Dang.
It said, be wary of your husband on travel. He's trying to hook up with old flings, i.e. my girlfriend. It's getting a little old on my end. So this is the boyfriend.
A friend of the girl that she's trying.
I think it's the boyfriend of the girl, because he said, i.e. my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that means when her husband's traveling, he's messaging this girl being like, hey, I'm in town.
Oh, yikes.
And that's from a year ago.
Yeah, that's really hard too, because it's like the pain is still there and it hurts really bad, but it's
just
also
happened.
like,
She just got cut.
Yeah, it's like, yes, for her, and then at the same time it's like, well, it's as far as she knows, it's not actively happening. So it's like,
yeah,
it's like that rock and hard place of like, can I be mad? I guess you can be mad, of course, but it's like,
oh, I'd bring it up
if it's, oh no, 100%, but it's just like so confusing, because it's like, well, it's not like he's doing it now, so
we don't know.
Yeah, that's true. There could be
what
somebody
if he's still
else
traveling, like
could be somebody else.
She says, like, what the this was from last year and I'm just now seeing this. I messaged him back right away asking for more information. He sent me screenshots and it was definitely my husband. I hate every part of this. He has history of cheating, and before you ask, no, I have never thought about leaving him.
Well, babe, I can't help you.
You kind of did that. Yeah. I'm not going to say she did it to herself, but like,
at the same time, I mean, you know who you're choosing.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God, I have to tell you something.
Yes.
Off the record. Whoop. Okay, back. This totally, I can't believe I forgot to tell you. I specifically try not to text you my news or like anything.
Yeah.
And I just put it in my notes. I'm like, tell her this.
Dude, your news is way better than my news. My cousin fucking dies, and then I go to Vegas, and like, boom, I'm here.
You're getting skinny.
I
know.
Lost 30 pounds.
Yep.
So proud of you. Nice. I'm super, super happy to have that extra weight off.
I'm happy you're happy. Oh, sorry. Let me finish the post. I never thought about leaving him.
I never thought about leaving him. I'm sorry.
We worked through everything.
He said he loved me.
I'm going to finish off with that accent. I thought we were good, but here it is again. We've been married for over 10 years, 11 years next month. We have 3 kids. I'm tired. Just tired. Can't people just be saved? Can someone mentally and emotionally come back from this? I'm pretty good.
Really good at that.
I literally can
believe every second.
I know. You just gotta kind of pop your jaw to the side.
And she, oh my gosh, that is so funny. She's like, we got 3 kids, 10 chickens.
We got 3 kids, maybe a couple cows. I lost track after we ate them after the winter. I should do voice acting, dude. I'd be so good at it.
That is hilarious. I'm actually crying. Oh my gosh.
Okay, the first comment says, how many times have you caught him cheating and forgave him? If there is no consequences, then why would he stop? He clearly doesn't have the integrity or respect for you either, so forgive him again and move on after he gaslights you or you leave him. I've seen so many people find their partners cheating and rush to, how do I forgive this? OP is a classic example. OP is original poster. She is so desperate to cling on to her marriage that she can't even think of the alternative. This is why I believe women always know that their partner is cheating. They just ignore it and hide it in their subconscious. It's a trauma response called hysterical bonding, and it is not just women who react that way. Maybe OP has some abandonment issues due to having experienced neglect growing up. Yeah, divorce.
Divorce.
Divorce, you'll be fine. You will so be fine.
Yeah, he's not ever going to change. Especially because you created an environment where it was safe and okay for him to do so, because you don't have a backbone and put your foot down and say you're not going to disrespect me like that.
Yeah.
You know, why would he
stop?
So
not worth it keeping it for the marriage. I think.
Why would he stop? He has no reason to.
Yeah, my wife still forgives me. She'll forgive me next time. I'll just buy her
never
flowers.
Leaves me. Yeah, I say sorry, and she cries, and bitches at me, and then we move on.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, why would he? You need to stand your ground, have some self-respect, and not to dump on her because it's not her fault. But staying and then being upset about the situation is like counterproductive. If you don't like how someone's treating you, literally, if you don't like how someone's treating you, you need to change your environment. You need to change who you're with. Like, it's not gonna change if you don't change it.
We need to go thrifting soon. It's been so long.
I know. I want to. We haven't had
like time off to just off.
I know. I'm so excited for summer. I'm like literally counting down the days. I have April and May of work, and then I'm free like a bird. And like, I love my job, and I've really been loving it lately. Like, I feel like my spark has been reignited, and just like doing a really good job with everything, you know. So like that part, I'm like not just trying to get. Oh my
Move
Lord.
The cup, Elizabeth.
It's like I'm not trying to like run away or escape my job, but at the same time, I just like am excited for summer where I don't like have to be somewhere, you know, just like a little 3-month break where I just get to like wake up and let the day take me where it takes me. So
exactly. I know what you're talking about. Any day that Nolan has off school, I'm like, yes. But that's because, thank the Lord, I'm unemployed. Okay, we're moving on to our next story. I, 31 male, and currently in a sexless marriage with my wife, 33 female. What would you do? My wife and I have been together for 10 years, married for 3, and have 2 children.
Is this about me?
Is this about you?
Is this about me? The ages are a little off, but 10.
Maybe Phil did that on purpose.
We've been together 10 years. We have 2 kids. And how long have they been married?
3.
Oh, we've been married 5 years.
Okay, it better not be about you. Philip?
Oh, no. Keep going. Okay. No, it can't be about me either. I'm not sexless.
I know.
There's just times where I'm a little picky and choosy of that. But honestly, it's been pretty consistent. So, yeah,
same here. Our relationship has always been steady, only have ever had a few proper arguments. But even then, we were always able to work them out reasonably easily. The 2 kids came along before we were married as a bit of a surprise. However, we were financially sound and we adapted well to the change. This is for sure
ain't about me. Financially sound.
This ain't about you, sis. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Sorry, kidding. Financially sound? Yeah, I'm out.
It's not about us.
Because I have been financially unsound most of my life.
We both share the load with the kid duties, housework, and etc., and still try to make time for each other. I've always displayed more affection than she does, but that's never been an issue. Sex was never a huge part of our relationship, and it was always very, very, in bold, vanilla. How boring.
Yeah, however, I don't do
that. Yeah. However, over the years, the sex did dwindle significantly, with me initiating 99% of the time, until it became something that happened maybe once every few months if I was lucky.
That's crazy.
That is so sad.
That is a long time.
and it felt more and more like she's doing it out of some sort of obligation. Recently, she's admitted that she no longer feels any need or desire for sex. Nothing at all. It's not that she feels unloved or. Is he saying that?
Yeah, what?
Because
How do
if
you
girls
know?
feel loved, they'll love back. It's not that she feels unloved or that I don't do enough to help out or that she's unhappy. She simply does not care for it. She says it's her decision and I should respect it. However, now I currently have no choice but to live in a life of unwanted sexual abstinence. Before you go potentially jumping to any conclusions, I'm working with a good size equipment. I'm physically fit, going to the gym very regularly, and I'm not exactly a two pump chump. I don't
Well,
want to leave her. I definitely don't want to leave her. I don't want to split up our family, and I definitely don't want to be labeled as the guy who decided sex was more important than his own family. But at the same time, I don't want to live the rest of my life with no sex or very, very little sex. The idea that this will all turn around one day seems extremely unlikely. What the hell would you do? I did comment on this post, and then the moderators, for some reason, like took it off
oh.
because they thought I was spam since I'm still kind of a new account on Reddit. But I pretty much posted this like when Ryan and I weren't in a good spot for those 3-4 years. I felt like I was just having sex just to like just
Placate.
to not cheat on me, you
Yeah.
know. I really in my heart and my soul thought I was like asexual and that I would be completely fine living without it. That's how depleted
Damn.
my libido was. I was like, I
Wow.
would literally be so fine without it, you know?
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that's so
That's
not
not you
true.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
So what changed for you?
um, I commented in the post, I was like, are you like actually obsessed with her?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't feel like Ryan was obsessed with me. Like he just, yes, he worked full time. Yes, he was a great father, decent husband. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like did all the
Checked the
good things.
boxes.
Right. He checked all the usual boxes of like a usual marriage. Great. But like until we broke up and he was like, "Oh, I'm actually obsessed with her. She's actually does have potential to be whatever the fuck she wants. She works, she pays her own bills. Like I can do all that shit on my own, which is not what this is post about, but maybe you need to be like give her some fucking free time. It sounds like 2 kids, married for 3 years, together for 10. She's probably
Burnt out.
getting bored and platonic and burnt out. Like go do something for her. Do something nice and continue doing it because a lot of people like a lot of husbands, well, I got her flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go get her a fucking pedicure, go get her something, or like take the kids and just go let her fuck off all day.
Right.
That's literally the greatest gift to me is when I'm able to just fuck off all day long. I can drink 3 coffees, not eat lunch, and just go thrift.
Mm-hmm.
This is for me personally. But then when we got back together, it's, you know, flirting 24/7. I don't even like, even if I'm pissed, he'll still find a way to like flirt and I'll laugh about it, you know, and then I'm like, oh, whatever, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Or something, you know, like physical touch too. Like we talked about, like, don't always just touch my ass, you know, like touch my back, touch my shoulders, squeeze thy shoulders, squeeze the sides, like something else, dude. Anything else. Just don't try to. I feel like when it's always just like a butt or a boob grab, like that's so like sexually pushed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that touched.
Right.
Like, touch somewhere else. Like, show her that you were still obsessed with her and don't make it feel like sex is a chore.
Right. What would you say to people who have like genuine, like physical diminished libido? Like their husband's perfect. Their husband is obsessed with them. They flirt with them the way Ryan does, but they just don't want to have sex. Like, would you recommend seeing a doctor, taking like chocolate, sexy stuff?
I've
Like,
never tried anything like that. I probably would, but I'd be scared. I'd be scared. But I don't know, like having my own custom playlist really helped me because like just hearing like normal sounds, or especially with us being moms, and you know she's a mom of 2, thinking in the back of my head that my kids might wake up, my kids might hear this. What if my kid's needing me right now? Like that kind of baby noise in the back of your head is so loud when you're trying to be intimate that like having my own custom playlist, which you know about, a lot of my friends know about it. I tell everybody to have one.
right.
You know, it helps just have me click out of that part of my brain and just back into like my normal groove of things. And definitely a lot of physical touch that's not
Yeah. And I think
sexual.
like if you are genuinely experiencing something such as like diminished libido, and like you have the perfect situation with your husband, you know, he gives you your free time, he touches you in non-sexual ways, he's really loving and caring and considerate, um and you're still not feeling that drive or that excitement, it's worth looking into. Like a lot of
There's
times
so many products out there.
hormones can control a lot of your body, and women nowadays are, because of all the stuff that's in our food and in our
Don't
beauty
get me
products
started.
and in our you know, just day-to-day life things, like I feel like are at an all-time high of like hormonal disruption and as women as a whole. And I think it would be definitely worth going to your OBGYN and like telling them the situation. Like, you know, I have a perfect life. I have a perfect marriage. Like every ounce of me should want to have sex with my husband, but I just don't. Because maybe they can help you with, you know, different hormonal things that may increase your libido, or, you know, like if they can give guys Viagra, they got to give women something that can help you feel that sexual.
She's like, come here.
Yeah, energy again.
Give me that.
So I will say, like, after kids, yeah, it does get harder to be the sexual person that you were before kids.
Because they got here somehow.
But for me, it was definitely helpful when Phil started to be intentional and started to, like you said, you know, be obsessed with me and like be loving in non-sexual ways and fill my emotional cup. Then it makes me want to fill his cup. And also, like, when he learns me more too, you know, I feel like even though we've been together 10 years, even though we've been together 10 years, like what I like changes from year to year, you know? And
communication.
Exactly. So like learning and growing in that place together and being just open-minded to like, you know, different things, or like, and I'm not talking like freaky, you know, I'm just saying like, be open-minded. Just like rediscovering yourself even every now and again and being like, you know, oh, I like this, or I don't really like that,
Hey,
or
I saw
whatever.
this. Can we try this?
Yeah, just I think can also be really helpful, you know, because there was a really big stint where I was like, I'm just like you, placating, doing it to do it, to make sure I satisfy my man, but not really because I want to be, you know? And then when things started like changing in that aspect and like we started other things that like I was like, oh my gosh, like,
hallelujah,
say less, you know, now I'm like excited for it because now I'm excited for it because like we do things I like. And for like the past a month and a half, 2 months, like we really, you know, have had this like every once in a while, at least like every couple weeks, we try to like really be intentional. Like, you know, we take a bath and we get our
you and your lucky ass bathtub.
and
I'm
it's
jealous.
a big bathtub.
I
Yeah, we take
know.
a bath and we set out the candles and we get a bottle of wine and like we make it we play music and we do like a whole thing.
When Phil was like, you guys can borrow it, I'm like, no.
What?
The bathtub.
Oh.
And then my idiot ass, oh, stupid, I said, oh yeah, no, we use oil. And he's like, huh? I'm like, oh, why did I say that? And then I apologized too. I was like, that was so inappropriate. I'm so sorry I said that.
That's okay. I'm like,
that too though,
fine.
like the oil, like it's just normal body oil, but
Yeah.
it's like it smells like eucalyptus. I got one that smells like vanilla brown sugar.
Just being intentional, you know, like really just being intentional and not just being like, let's go real quick, you know,
yeah,
like
just quickie.
yeah,
That's not in the vocab, baby.
Yeah, no, like when he rubs my shoulders and my back, like doesn't rush me through that process either, you know, like he will literally sit there and rub me for an hour before I'm like, okay, you know,
so happy for you.
You know, and like that stuff gets me excited. That makes me be like, okay, now I want your loving, you know. So
you may enter.
You may come in.
You know,
get in the car.
Get in the car, Elizabeth.
I'm your Uber driver. Get in. Yeah, you know, I think just all like trying all these things, seeing your doctor, trying to see if certain emotional things being switched around. Like I tell Phil, you know, I tell him like, I want you to just flirt with me, touch my shoulders, touch my hips, rub my
bully
back,
me a
like,
little bit,
you know,
call
like,
me stupid,
do those things, and like you'll have a better response from me, you know. And he does, and then I do. And so like, you know, just finding out what makes you excited again and communicating that to your partner. And if you truly feel asexual and like you are not able to get to that place, I think it's worth talking to a professional.
We have our first few responses for questions on our Instagram, so thank you guys so much for asking. We do also have a couple of submissions that I want to read, but probably not today. I want to save that for like another episode, just because it's a pretty longer story. We'll just keep this one nice and short. Our first question is from a good friend of mine named Kyra. I met her at work. She's a very, very sweet soul. Her boyfriend's a cop. She's currently in school to become a vet assistant, which is great.
So awesome.
You know, a lot of people go into vet med just being like, oh, I just want to work with animals, but then they realize it's like, it's a pretty awesome field to be in, especially for benefits of your pets.
Right.
But she asked a good question. She said, if you could go back in time, what would that time be and why?
The first thing that comes to mind is my wedding day, because it was just so beautiful and wonderful in every single way. We were surrounded by our friends and family, and it was in my parents' backyard, and so it was just really like wholesome and wonderful. Like it was, I truly think it was one of the happiest days of my life. So
That's awesome.
I think I would go back to that day specifically.
Would you invite me this time?
Well, duh, I know you
we
now.
were friends. If you clicked
it was
back,
very new. It was very new friendship.
We were literally friends for like not even a month, and I was like, "Oh,
which
you're
like
getting
who's
married?"
inviting a new friend like a month into their wedding? It's kind of weird.
Fine.
But now,
but if
knowing
you,
where we are,
with
like,
your
of
brain
course.
now, if you hopped back,
And that's another thing. Yeah, if I could go back and like, yeah, know what I know now, I'd be like, please come
and shoot my wedding,
and yeah, and take my pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would go back
That'd be
to.
awesome.
What about you?
I'd obviously go back to a time when my mom was still alive.
Yeah.
But like not in a sad way. I don't even know what time like specifically I'd bounce back into. With my current mindset, I think I'd bounce back into when we went to San Diego and went to like SeaWorld and Six Flags, and it was just a good time to like hang out together, or like one of our trips to California, something like that. But it would definitely be in her timeline, and then I just bounce right back, because I don't think I'd like change anything. Not that that was part of the question, but I wouldn't change anything.
Just want to relive
I would just
it.
be like, just relive it.
That's how I feel. I just want to relive my wedding day, because
Yeah.
it was beautiful and wonderful in every way.
Ryan and I were just talking about this. Like, we got so pushed to be married immediately because we were in.
Damn.
Finally, it happened. Our next question is from a very good friend again. Kenna was actually one of the girls that got me into photography in the first place, and she was my very, very first model. And she's been a long time friend of mine. She's a Mormon, and I love her. And she's gotten me a few Mormon weddings, so I also very financially appreciate her.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kenna.
Amazing.
She asked, when we go to the thrift, do we start looking for the good stuff? Or do we just go in with an open mind? Because if I get that front parking spot right there, I know it's going to be a good day.
I kind of do both. It depends. Sometimes I'm looking for something very specific, like my Butterbell.
Yes, that was so fun.
Yeah. I'd say 90% of the time I'm just like, let it take me where it takes me.
Yeah. 90% of the time I'm not looking for anything. And I just happen to find like the best stuff that day. I'll come out with like 2 bags.
I know.
Our Butterbell moment. We're just lifting every single thing up. Literally. And then you're like, and we're like, a Butterbell.
And I still use that to this day.
I know. I love that.
To this day. And I've had it for years.
Kenna also asked, what's her favorite comfort show?
Ooh.
We're not a big show person.
I'm a big show person.
What's your favorite?
I have like a top 4 or 5. Friends, which I've rewatched a million times, has 10 seasons for some context, and it never gets old to me. So that is probably my ultimate comfort show. I love Friends. Over the last few years, I'd say Desperate Housewives is one of my favorite shows. Vampire Diaries is one of my favorite shows. Suits is one of my favorite shows. Ooh, Blind Spot was like a recent one that I literally think I could watch again like right now. And so yeah,
I've never seen any of those that you're talking about.
They are so good, and definite comfort shows, like something I would just like literally put on and like be in bed and cozy and have my little night snack and like shut my phone off and just like
I don't think I have any favorite comfort shows, just because I'm not a big show watcher. I like to start it and get it done. I really loved watching Fire Country on Amazon Prime. He's so fine.
I have not seen that.
It's really, really good, especially with like firefighting. We like that kind of stuff. So, but I do have a favorite comfort movie, which is This Is 40.
Oh, I love that movie.
50 First Dates. I love Click.
50 First Dates, Click. Oh gosh, any Adam Sandler movie, honestly, but like 50 First Dates and Click are some of my favorite comfort movies as well.
And then the 2 new ones, we have Anyone But You.
Sorry, there's a bug. Anyone But You.
And then we have People You Meet on Vacation.
Yeah, those 2 also I'll just put on and be like.
Have you made Phil watch that one yet?
He watched both of those with me. He liked both of them, but he really loved People We Meet on Vacation.
Really?
He loved it.
Do that rain scene?
I know. And also the scene when they like are dancing at,
Yeah.
they're pretending to be a married couple when she has a blue wig. Like,
Yes.
that scene gets
That
me.
would be a really great Halloween costume.
Shut the up right now. I claim it. We're literally
we can
gonna
match.
be. Yeah,
I
we
don't
can match.
care.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll be the husband.
I love that.
Blue wig.
I'm literally gonna be that with Phil this year.
That'd
I've
be so good.
discovered
All he
my
needs
Halloween
is what
costume.
color button up does that guy wear?
He was literally in that scene. I think he was just wearing like a pair of jeans and a white shirt and a belt, like kind of giving greaser vibes.
Yeah.
And
you guys
she
could
was
totally
like,
do it.
I know, yeah, so easy.
Anyways, thank you for the questions.
Yeah,
that was
thank
so
you.
awesome.
I know,
I
so
want
excited.
more.
Me too, please.
I
Some of
need
my
to-
friends plug in.
I know. I'll
I know
tag you
you
in the
guys
next
listen.
one. I'll tag you in the next one. That way you can repost it. Okay, let's do our couple stories. This one's going to be a little bit hard for me to read, I'm not going to lie. My boyfriend, male 21, broke up with me, female 21, because I won't have a baby. My boyfriend, 21 male, and me, it should be and I, 21 female, have been dating for a little less than a year. I had left the US recently because of some trouble with school. I'm an international student and was back in my home country. We had planned on doing long distance. A week or two into me being home, I started to feel weird, peeing a lot, sick in the morning, etc. I freaked out because my boyfriend and I don't use protection besides birth control. I told him that if I was pregnant, I would not keep this baby. I am too young to have a kid and I don't have my life together. Edit. Once I took the test for the pregnancy, it was positive twice and I confirmed with my gyno. He's broke, doesn't have a job, and is in medical debt. Besides that, we're both in the middle of getting our degrees and I don't have a visa to live in the US with him. He told me we would figure it out or give the baby up for adoption, but I'm not willing to put my body through the pregnancy just to give the baby away into a situation that might be worse. My parents have been clear from day one that they wouldn't support me if I got pregnant before marriage, before I could support myself, which was scary too. He kept saying that the baby has a life, and I feel like life and future is important to me too, but I can't bring a baby into a situation like ours. It would be unfair for me and the baby. I told him to pick me or the baby. He chose the baby. I took the abortive pill and he blocked me, said that the person he wants to marry would have had the baby with him. I'm going crazy thinking about that baby had more value to him than me. How do I get over this situation? I'll go first.
Yeah, I have a very hot take on this. So
I know, which is why I will go first. I was very anti, until I got like sexually assaulted and I was like, oh my God, I could have gotten pregnant from this person. I was so on the opposite side. Now I'm, your body, that's okay. God will judge you however he wants to judge you. I'm no judge to that. You know what I mean? And if anyone has a different view, I still love them. I totally understand her situation. And I understand why she did it. I don't support it. I do think every life is a gift. I like something would have worked out and it would have been okay. A lot of parents that say I'll never take care of that baby end up being like so obsessed with their grandson or granddaughter. That's my opinion. What is yours?
Again, very hot take. So I'm warning you now.
Skip forward.
Warning you now. When I was a baby in my walk with the Lord, I definitely, and especially before even having a relationship with God, I definitely was like, your body, your choice. Like, I'm pro-choice. Like, nothing you can say could convince me otherwise. And now I feel very mature in my spiritual walk, and I am the complete opposite end. I'm definitely pro-life, always 100% of the time. I've had heard a lot of stories of women who have been raped and who have gotten pregnant and they chose to keep their child, and their mom are very close, and it's a situation where it's like, what if I had aborted my child because it was coming from an unfortunate situation? And so I just personally don't believe that killing a baby, regardless of how it got there, is solving anything. I don't think that whether you're raped or not, that you should have the ability to terminate life. Like, God has a reason for everything he does, and even though it doesn't make sense to our human brains, I'm never sitting there condoning rape. I think it's an awful, terrible thing to do to somebody, and I obviously would hate for anybody to go through that, but I don't think two wrongs make a right, and I don't think killing your baby because of it is the answer. And
Yes.
I never will. So for me, I think that he had a right to leave her. Like, I would not want to be with my partner if they wanted
Yeah.
to take that from. And I also think that's a slippery slope too when it comes to having, like, you know, this topic is like, a lot of people are like, well, the woman is carrying the baby, and so
Right.
they should be the one to have the say. And that's unfortunately the way that it has, worked. It's how God create. I mean, that's not unfortunate, but that is how God created it to be. So it's unfortunate for the men who really don't get to have a say when it's also their blood and their DNA and their child, and they really just have to be susceptible to what the woman decides. I don't think it's a fair situation, and I think that both voices should be heard, regardless of it changing the woman's body or the woman having to go through that. Like,
Yeah.
we all have sex. We all know what the
Right.
consequences
Especially
can
not
be
using protection.
from having sex. And I just think that, the adoption part of it too, like, her saying that, I what if I birth it and then it's put into a worse situation? That's not you to judge, for you to judge. You don't get to say, well, I don't want to put somebody in a bad situation, so I'm just going to take their life. I'm just going to not let them be alive. Like, I think that's, again, selfish. And I don't think there's anything that God cannot redeem, and a plan that he has for people. If he created you, I 100% believe what it boils down to is, if you were created, the Bible says it was intricately made in your mother's womb. Doesn't matter if it was rape, doesn't matter if it was going to end up in adoption in a bad, shitty home where they were abused. He had a plan for you, he had a purpose for you. And people are so humanly, emotionally, like, charged that they can't see that. They can't see past that. They just see, like, the bad situation, the bad
Mm-hmm.
scenario, and are like, well, I wouldn't have had to go through that, or I wouldn't have had to, but like, if you would just open yourself up to the Lord and, like, open your mind, open your heart, let him in your life, he would show you exactly why he put you on this earth, exactly what your purpose is. My own pastor was almost aborted because his mom was um, young and her family wasn't going to accept it and all these things. And thank goodness she didn't, because look at the life he became a pastor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's fostered children with his wife, who I adore greatly. They have two children biologically theirs, and they adopted their third, and they gave that child a good life, and so I just truly believe that if you're open to it, that God can always use you, that he always has a plan for you, and he would not create you if there wasn't a reason. If he didn't want you to be born, you wouldn't be born. He wouldn't have spent the time. He can number the hairs on your head, and you're telling me that he knows that, because, and, like, can do that because you're just an accident. You were just placed in a womb for who knows what purpose. You were going to end up in foster care. You were going to end up in an orphanage. You were going to get hit and abused and sexually abused. And he just left you there, was like, yeah, I made you to do that to you. Like, I don't agree with that. I think that because we live in a sinful, fallen world where people have free will, shitty things happen. And that doesn't mean it's God's fault, Like, it's up to you to pick yourself up, to find your way, find your purpose, have that relationship with him. And so for me, there's really no good reason to have an abortion. I, like, even the worst of the worst, rape, the kid's going to get put in adoption. Like, I just personally don't believe that. I think that God has a plan for everyone.
Yeah. No, I love you.
I love you too. And, like, I don't hate anybody for having different opinions. Like, no sin is greater than
That's how
another,
we're so mature.
Literally, I, like, to each their own. That's just my own personal belief.
Mm-hmm.
I will never, like, look down on somebody for their beliefs or for how they choose to live their life. I just have my own, view on it. And
Yeah. That's what
like,
makes people awesome. Is we're all so different, but it's our choice to see what, like, we can listen and we can not fight about it.
yeah, exactly. And I think there's also, like, a difference between, like, shame arguments and, like, just passion. Like, I have such a
Yeah.
passion for this specific topic because I have seen all that God has done in my life, and I know that if he can do it for little old me, little old, not special, not anything me, he wants to do it for all of his children. He loves us, and I just think that is, like, such a big topic for me. Like, there's things like
Yes, it
sex
is.
outside of marriage and stealing and cheating and lying. Like, they're all sins and they're all equal in his eyes. Nothing is greater than another, but for me, this one is the one thing that, like, takes people's chance away from having a life and having, like, doing what God has planned for them. And so that's why I'm like most passionate
Yes.
about that, you know?
I knew it would trigger you.
I'm like also not specifically just on this topic, but like I'm proud to be authentic to myself, you know? Like it's so easy to be like, I want to be liked and I'm afraid to be canceled, especially in today's day and age. Like, you know, God says they hated me first and they're going to hate you. It's because in today's day and age, people are going to watch this or things like this and be like, she doesn't care about women. She's forcing them to have babies. Like, she doesn't hear, like, you know, her body, her choice, and all these things. And like, before that would scare the crap out of me and it would make me cower and it would make me like, yeah, you're right, like, oh my gosh, like no baby deserves to be put in a bad home. Like, of course nobody ever sits there and thinks like you deserve that out of life, you know? But I think that honestly just being like emotionally, spiritually mature, like you do what's hard, you don't take the easy way out. And I think that's easy to just be like, I don't have to deal with it, wipe my hands clean of it, you know? So that's just whatever. But anyway, I'm proud of myself for being authentic and genuine about my stance on this topic, because I before would never even dare open the door because I don't want to offend anybody, and I still don't, but I'm done like being
people palatable. Need to remember that it's your personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm done being palatable for people or like, you know, trying to be woke with the times. Like I will be set apart the way God asks me to be, and that's just where I stand on that.
I love you for that.
Thank you. I love you too.
Okay. This is a doozy.
Oh, a doozy. And I just went on one.
And it's a long story.
Okay.
But it's typed out in a way that I can read.
Oh, okay.
And to be fair, I did hear this on Two Hot Takes first, and then I was doing my own Reddit sleuthing, and I found it, and I was like, dude, I have to read this.
Ooh, I'm excited.
To you.
Yay.
Okay, like I said, this is a doozy. This did go viral, so I'm really excited to read it to you. It says, I genuinely think my 35 female husband, 36 male, is a psychopath.
Oh.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Please, I need help. I, 35 female, and my husband, 36 male. We've been married for 10 years and have 2 boys, 7 and 5. I honestly don't know what to think anymore. About 3 months ago, my husband started sending me really nasty messages while he was at work. At first, it was just mean comments. Stuff like telling me I'm lazy, that I'm a terrible mother, and that he regrets marrying me. It was completely out of nowhere. The weird part is when he would come home from work, he'd act completely normal, like nothing happened. He'd kiss me, ask me what's for dinner, and play with the kids. The first time it happened, I thought maybe he was having a bad day at work, but the messages kept coming. Sometimes he'd send them during the day, sometimes late at night, and if he was working overtime, they got worse too. Saying things like, I'm useless, that I'm lucky he hasn't left me yet, and that no one else would want me.
Sounds like he hates his job.
The first few times I confronted him, he acted confused, like genuinely confused. I literally showed him the text on my phone, and he just stared at them and said he didn't send them, that he lost his phone. Which he did, but he had a new one and was still texting and calling from that number. I know it sounds ridiculous, but he doesn't look guilty. He looks confused and almost scared. I thought maybe he was gaslighting me, but it was in such a weird way to do it because he never got angry in person. Finally, about a month ago, I snapped. I showed him a bunch of messages at once, and I told him I couldn't keep living like this. I told him if he hated me so much, he should just say it to my face. He kept insisting that he didn't send them and said maybe someone was messing with us.
They're messing with me.
They're messing with me. Maybe someone was messing with us. At this point, I was done. Stop making me laugh. It's a serious story. At this point, I was done. I packed clothes, grabbed the kids, and went to stay with my parents who live in the same state. They were amazing. It helped me so much. I never felt luckier to have a close family. Since then, the messages have continued. Same number, same horrible tone. Things like running to mommy's house just to prove my point. You're pathetic. You'll come crawling back eventually. I sent him screenshots back to the same number, and he swore again that he wasn't sending them. He was just saying he lost his phone at work and had to get a replacement, but he had the same number, and then he would show me his phone. I couldn't see the messages. I just thought he was deleting them, though. He said someone must have found the phone and was messing with me. Last week, though, I let the kids stay with him for a couple weeks since he's still their dad and they miss him. He's denying everything. He says he's never sent those messages and that he thinks someone is using his old phone. Meanwhile, the texts have not stopped. At this point, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Either he's lying to my face, something really weird is going on. Has anyone ever dealt with something similar? I feel like I'm going insane and I don't know what to believe. We genuinely had the most perfect relationship before all this, and I do not know what to do. I'm scared I'm breaking my family apart for no good reason, but some of the texts have been so horrible I can't even include them on here. Update. I did a lot more research and some comments helped me investigate. I didn't know how the messages are happening from multiple devices because we message using WhatsApp, which is weird.
Weird.
I know.
As a husband and wife.
After doing some research, it does allow for multiple devices to be connected to the same account, so it is possible someone else could be doing it from his lost phone. But overnight, the messages didn't slow down. They actually got worse. They weren't just insults anymore. Some of them started to feel like threats. I was terrified. Things about how I'd regret leaving, and some a lot worse. I barely slept all night because of it. At one point late last night, I finally texted back and said that if the messages didn't stop, I was going to the police. I know a lot of people said not to do this, but I couldn't take it anymore, and I knew that whether it was my husband or not, the person doing this would at least see it. I know I made a lot of people angry that I couldn't make up my mind on what to do, but here's your reminder that this is my husband, the man I loved unconditionally for 10 years. Dumping him and blocking him out of nowhere isn't really an option, which I love her for that.
Mm-hmm.
We built a family and life together. My life isn't a movie. I can't just cut the last 10 years out, like many of you insinuated, as well as calling me a liar, attention seeker, and pointing out every mistake I made. I know I posted online for help, and I need to accept that. Now, the messages didn't stop. If anything, they got more aggressive. At that point, I was convinced it had to be him, and I decided to be true to my word and actually went to the police station. I saw some comments about being able to track a device to a small location, and you can ask for that. If you have the information about the phone, which I got from my husband, and are on the phone plan, which I am. The worst thing about this is me contacting him about the kids and information also went to whoever was sending these horrible messages. I was terrified about putting them in danger and maybe making who was doing this more angry, so I knew it was urgent to get help. At the station, they were able to track the missing phone. I claimed it was just lost because at the time I didn't know if I was going to file charges. Because it was my husband's phone, they actually gave me the location. The address was very familiar and quite close to our house. So I decided to drive past to see where I knew it from. Your face.
I'm scared.
Turns out it had been one of my husband's workplace parties there, and the coworker that lives there I'm actually quite close to. I was angry and honestly just exhausted from it all. The kids were with him, so I went over early to pick them up before he expected me. My mom came with me because I didn't want to go alone. She took the boys so I could talk to him privately. I told him I knew one of his coworkers had his old phone and how I was disgusted she ever considered being my friend. By this point, I was absolutely broken down. When I told him this, he looked shocked, so I asked why was his phone at her house? And how did she know your password? He just said maybe she took it from work, and I don't know how she knew. But after reading some comments, I was done with playing games and these dumb excuses. That answer didn't sit right with me at all. Something about the whole situation felt off. The messages have been too personal. Whoever was sending them knew things that only someone very close would have known.
Damn.
So I pushed harder. It turns out the coworker, 30 female, was not just a coworker.
Didn't see that coming.
She had been having an affair with my husband for over a year. He tried to claim that it wasn't serious, but I was sick of making me feel like I'm overreacting. I know people said it was a possibility, but I just couldn't bring myself to believe it. Sorry.
Babe,
when it's
believe
dark, my eyes are blue. I can't see anything around here. So you, Miss Pretty Brown-Eyed Gal, you gotta look out for me. I've never felt so betrayed. Everything else made sense. She knew the details about our relationships, our house, our routines, our kids, things that would be impossible for a stranger to know, all because my husband was telling her everything.
Damn.
I don't know exactly how she ended up with his old phone. He claims he lost it at work, and she took it. She stole it.
Of course, duh.
She stole it. I honestly don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is that the messages kept coming from that device and that they kept getting worse. Who knows how far she has gone. Thank you guys for coming to our 7th episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much talking about some stuff, but it's fine. We're just married girls.
I think it was fun.
I thought it was really fun too.
This.
But come back. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. I think that's about it. She's Elizabeth Page on most of her platforms, and I'm just Sunset Talks, and or my photography page is Mari.moon.photography. You can follow me on there. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.